Hello and welcome to MidnightSilverCrafters.com. My name's Steve and I'll be your host.
Today in this video, we're going to learn how to buff and polish your jewelry.
I'm sitting right here at my bench, and we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about buffing out some jewelry, and I'm gonna show you a couple little tips and tricks and a few ideas I got for you on how you can buff your jewelry and hopefully save some money in the process. Now, if you know much about this channel, you know that what I teach is, I teach jewelry making, silversmithing, and lost wax casting and everything. But, I do everything here on the cheap, and that's kind of what I'm going to share with you. But I got a couple little tips for you that I think are going to really be helpful to you, and you can really save some money, using these tips. But the first thing I'm going to show you is I got this right here. Now this is just a little buffing wheel. Okay, now I actually made these. I actually make these little buffing wheels, and what this is, if you can see right there, this is just three little round pieces of leather, okay? From a side view, if you can see, there's three little layers here to it, three little round pieces of leather. Now, I make these buffing wheels up, and these buffing wheels, I'm telling you, if you make some buffing wheels like this, you can buff your jewelry with these little wheels, and these little wheels will last just about indefinitely, okay? They never wear out. I mean, I've probably used this one for 3 or 4 years. I got a bunch of these, but they don't wear out, okay? They just absolutely do not wear out, and you make them out of leather, okay? Now, they're real easy and simple to make, and I'm going to show you how to make them, okay? Now, you get you some leather. Now this is some leather I got right here that I make mine out of this leather right here. Now what this leather is you can go to Harbor Freight and you can look in the welding section, and they got some sleeves. They're leather sleeves. They're leather welding sleeves, okay? And they're real cheap. I think they're about $7 or something, but you get 2 full complete sleeves, and it's a lot of leather. But that's what I use, and this is just leather. It's from Harbor Freight, and you can pick those up real cheap, okay? Now, you can use different leather, but this is a real good type of leather that I found that works really well. But all you need to do, you can see here, is you just cut little round circles, okay? Now you can see this is maybe about 1 inch or so. Now you can make them different sizes, but you don't want to make it real big, obviously. But you just cut this down maybe about 1 inch or so. And you just cut out 3 little circles of this leather, this type of leather right here, okay? And then what you do, you find the center, and you mark a little spot there, and you put a tiny little hole, okay? Now this is just a little mandrel that you get. These are like little mandrels. They come with the little, like for your little Dremel bits and stuff like that. It's just a little mandrel, but see it now. This is a type of mandrel right here. It has a screw, okay, right here on the top. See, now you use this is a type of mandrel that you use this with those little round cut-off wheels, like little Dremel cut-off wheels. this is a mandrel from that. And these mandrels are really cheap. You know, you can get a whole set of those little Dremel accessories and stuff. They're real cheap. You can get them at Harbor Freight too. But these are the little mandrels, okay, for your that take the little cutoff wheels. But that's all you do, and you make about 3 of these discs, little round circles. Cut them out with your leather, out of your leather. Put a hole right in the middle, and see, now this is 3 layers. That's what I use. I use about 3 layers. But then that's it, and you put those round 3 circles together. You stack them up. You don't glue them together or anything. You know, you just make it about 1 inch across, and there you go. Now you can buff with these wheels, and I'm telling you, these wheels will last forever. They don't wear out, and they're great for buffing ring shanks and stuff. You know, like if you're buffing around like a solid area on a ring, you know, like around your ring shank and stuff. Or also, now here's a stone. See, now I polished this stone right here with these little wheels right here that I made, okay? Now these little buffing wheels are awesome, and they don't wear out. They're great, so I highly suggest that you make you some of these. Now just like with any other buffing wheels, what you want to do, you want to make 1 wheel. In other words, 1 stack of 3 pieces of leather on there for each grade of compound. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you buff here in a minute, and what you do. There's four grades. How I buff my jewelry. There's 4 grades of compound. So you're going to want to make 4 of these wheels, and put them in. Get you a piece of wood or something, or a box, a little cardboard box, and stick them in there and mark them. Each grade of compound. Okay. So now, as far as your compounds go, I'm going to buff something here in a minute and show you what I'm talking about. But as far as your compounds go, you start off with your brown. Okay, now you can get these at Harbor Freight. This is brown. This is called Tripoli. All right, so you use your brown first, and then there's a white. Okay, I don't have my white one sitting here, but it looks just like this. They're sticks. Now sometimes you can get these at like a hardware store, and they'll come in a little bar rather than a cylinder, like a tube shape like this. But you want to start with your brown, buff your piece down, then you want to switch to white. Okay, the white compound, and then you want to buff it with the blue. All right, and the blue is the third, and then I have a special compound that I came up with that it's my own formula, and it's right here. Okay, and it's right here, and it's kind of like a paste. It's right here on this. Now I'm going to show you. Now this right here is I sell this compound. I call it Final Buff, and what it is, it's the last step. Now if you buff your jewelry with this white compound, I sell this on my website. It's about $10. It's a powder, and you mix it with water, but it goes a long ways. But look on my website, and you'll find this compound. Now this is the 4th step, the last step. So that's all there is to it. All right. Now what I'm going to show you next is, if you go to Harbor Freight, you'll find they have these little felt buffing wheels that they sell. And you can put them on your flex shaft, or your Dremel tool, or whatever you're using. But they take this little type of a mandrel right here, and this is just like this mandrel's got like a little screw on the tip of it. And what you do, you just screw these right on. Okay, Now these are just little felt buffing wheels. Okay, now you can buy these at Harbor Freight, or when you buy like your accessory packs for your Dremel tools and stuff, they sell these. They include these little they're little felt buffing wheels. Well, I'm going to show you an alternative to these buffing wheels. Okay, now these things are about, at Harbor Freight, I think they're about $3 or $4, and I think you get about 4 of them in a pack, okay, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But now, I'm going to show you an alternative to these that works really, really good, and it's way, way cheaper, and it'll save you a lot of money. Now, these little things, they wear out pretty fast, but I'm going to show you something that you can get, and it's a lot better, and that is these. Okay, now what I got right here, these are, they call these felt pads. Okay, now you can go to Walmart, and these are little felt pads that you put on, like on the bottom of furniture. They have a little section at Walmart where they have these little, they're like little sliders and stuff that you can put on the bottom of your furniture when you want to move your furniture. They're like little sliding pads. But in that section you'll find these. Okay, now if you look right here on this pack, there's 24 of these pads. Okay, now there's 24 of these pads, and these things are dirt cheap. I think these things are like $2 if I'm not mistaken. So these are way, way cheaper than these little wheels that they sell at Harbor Freight. Okay, now these things are real simple and easy to use. Okay, and I'll show you how you use them. They're dead simple, really. It's a felt pad. But now, in my opinion, I use these, and these last way longer than these little round wheels that they sell at Harbor Freight. These will last about 4 times as long as these little round felt buffing wheels they sell, like the Dremel wheels and stuff. But now these little pads, they got a little, they're like a little adhesive back. Okay, you peel off this little piece of paper, you peel that off on the back, and then see it's got like a little bit of sticky adhesive. Okay, and now I got some, I'll show you what you do. I got some over here. See, and I just stick them right on the wall. See, now here's one, I've already used this, but it's all you do is you just take your little screw mandrel, and on the back side of this, you just put it right in the middle, and you thread that on there. Now, at first, when they're brand new, it might be a little bit tough to screw that on there, but you just screw that on there. Okay, now you don't want to screw it real far to where this screw is sticking out. I mean, if it sticks out, it's okay, but you just got to be aware. And when you're buffing your piece, you don't want to get that screw head down on your piece and scratch your piece all up. But it's the same way with these little wheels that they sell. It's the same thing. You got to be careful because that little screw point will come through the top and scratch your piece. But if you just got to be careful. But now these wheels are really great, and I use these. See, this is all I use now. I don't buy these little felt wheels because these are at least, they're probably 5 to 10 times cheaper than these, and they last really good, and they work really great. But that's all you do is you just screw that right onto end of that that mandrel, your little mandrel with the little screw on the end. You just screw that on there, and you're good to go, and you're ready to start buffing. Okay, now I highly recommend using these. They come in different sizes as well, so you can go to Walmart. But you see right there, 24 in a pack, and these are only like a couple bucks, and these will last a long, long time.
Okay, I just wanted to show you that this right here is just a ring that I made. This is a casting that I did, and I buffed this ring out with the exact two things that I just showed you in this video, and I just wanted you to see the result when you use these little buffing wheels and you use the compounds like I showed you. But you can see that shine on. That's like a mirror shine on that thing. But okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. So I really hope that you you were able to get something useful out of this video. And if you're not a subscriber, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And if you do decide that you want to subscribe to my channel, if you could just leave me a little comment down in the comment box, that would be greatly appreciated. You could just write down there, I subscribed. That would just be fantastic, and that would really help me out a lot. So, all right, well, I'm going to end this one here. My name's Steve, and I'll talk to you in the next video.